I'm going to show you some ideal location for coyotes. And you'll catch fox here too, but I have my loop set a little higher so I don't catch the fox. Because I don't want to catch the fox here, I want to catch the coyotes here. This here was corn. We got a hedgerow that comes down, and there's a gap between the hedgerow and this island of woods. And there's a crop change. This side was beans, that side was corn. Any coyote hunting any of these edges, whether he's hunting this edge of the hedgerow, this edge of the hedgerow, that edge of that woods, this edge of that woods, or if he's just traveling A to B across here, he's going to come through here. I've caught plenty of coyotes here. I've caught plenty of fox here too, but I'm not trying to catch a fox right now. The only reason I haven't caught a coyote here yet this year is because a coyote hasn't come in here yet this year. They left these beans standing up. I'm assuming the truck was full and they just didn't want to go bring the truck all the way back out here to, get this amount of beans. It's just a strip that goes down. So a coyote's most likely going to come on the outside of this and come through here. And there's a chance that he's going to come down the edge of the woods. That's mainly fox are going to run the edge of that woods and run down through there. So when I set this up, I set this trail here. And then if they come around the edge of these beans, it comes in here and Y's off. One goes through there and one goes in there and then down the edge. I have a snare on the edge over there, a snare here, a snare here, and then that snare I showed you over here. Now if there was only 2 trails here, I would only have 2 snares here. Unless I was setting, 2 on each trail or whatever, but you don't need to go down these hedgerows and set every trail. I did it. I did it the first year I was trapping, and I realized very quickly I was wasting my time. Just go where they're all going to go. More than likely, they're not going to go through this hedgerow. The only reason they would is if they smell something in the hedgerow or on the other side of the hedgerow that they want to go to. That's why they're going to run the downwind side. Right now the wind's blowing this way, so the coyote's going to run this side of the hedgerow. That's the dominant wind direction here. Prevailing wind is always this way. Same thing with that hedgerow over there. They're going to run the other side of that, and then they'll come down and hunt this side or go straight through and go over. What you can do with these hedgerows, if I can find a trail to show you. There's a couple little ones in there, but I wanted to show you a good one. Basically, they're going to be on this side, unless they're hunting together and one's on the other side. And it still works if they're doing that. It works to catch the one on this side. I can't find a trail here. I don't feel like walking farther, but there's a trail right here. A coyote's going to be running this side. Go on that side, put in a dirt hole, obviously not with a trap, but put in a dirt hole with lure, or just put lure like a long distance call lure, anything over there, skunk essence, a skunk carcass, whatever. He's going to come down, hit the hit that scent, and he's going to want to go through there and check it out. He's already approaching it from downwind, because this is the downwind side and you're putting it upwind. So he's not going to go up and go around. He doesn't want to come in from the side or from the back where he can't smell it. He wants to go straight to it. So just imagine there's a trail here. I would set the snare like maybe halfway through. You got to make sure you're 30 feet from bait if it's meat based. If it's just scent, you don't have to worry about it. But if you do put in a dirt hole there with put bait down it and scent, you still want to use a lure even if you are putting bait in the hole. That's it. That's the way I trap hedgerows. I don't usually set this. I would go to where the end of the hedgerow where it meets the woods, whatever. So if this hedgerow ran all the way to the woods, there would be a trail in the corner. That's a trail I would set. But because there's this gap that also gives a focal point for a traveling coyote, it's going to come straight across and go through that gap. From way back there, he sees a big gap in the trees, and he knows that's where his trail is. That's where he's going to go. That's the only, I mean, this is a 200 acre plus field with just 2 hedgerows and a patch of woods. And then there's another woods over there. I could set the edge of that in the corner over there. I don't feel like walking that far. I can walk out here every day. Yes, I'm gonna miss some that go on that side and go straight across to the woods, but most of them are gonna come to this. Yeah, everything they want right here. Travel route, hunting ground, focal point, just completely ideal. So I'll do another couple of videos, point some things out for snaring for coyotes now that I'm really going after them.